So imagine for 1 second that you're at your dream school, you're taking the bus, you're going to classes, you're sitting in that classroom, and you're really just achieving your dream. Okay, back to reality. The truth is you want to study in the US, in Canada, in the UK, in Australia this year, but you really haven't started your applications yet. So in today's video, I'll share with you the steps you need to take to still make your dream happen this year and get into school. Let's get into it. So today's video is for you if you have been applying to programs but you haven't even gotten into any of those programs, or you've not really gotten into the one you really want, or you have not started the process at all. This video is for you, but you need to be ready to submit your application in the next couple of weeks. So that said, let's get into the gist. So step number one is get all the documents you need. So when I say all the documents, I mean the typical documents you need to apply to schools, like your transcript, your resume, a means of identification, whether that's your passport, and the general things that you need to apply to a school, basically resume and transcript. Make sure you have all those things ready. Step two is identify the kinds of programs or the kinds of fields that you are interested in. Listen up. At this point, you actually don't need to know the specific schools or the specific programs you're interested in or you will be applying to, but just have a sense for the kinds of fields or the kinds of programs that you'll be interested in. Now, let me tell you something that is super important at this point. The most important thing you can do for yourself at this point is to identify programs that the country is prioritizing. So you're interested in the UK, US, Canada, Australia. Usually these countries prioritize fields where they have a shortage of supply. When I say supply, labor supply. So a lot of these countries have a specific list of programs or a specific list of fields or professionals where they lack labor supply, and one way for them to supplement what they have in their country is to let international students come into those fields. So what you need to do at this point is prioritize those programs that these countries are prioritizing. So make sure where possible you apply to programs that these countries are really interested in getting people into. There are two reasons why this is important. First reason is that once you apply to programs that the country is prioritizing, there's a higher chance you get your student visa approved. The second reason why you should apply to programs they are prioritizing is that once you graduate, you have a higher chance of getting a good job in that country. And if your goal is to stay back in that country and get a good job and start a new life there, then this is super important. So let's take an example. You're interested in applying to Canada this year. You want to go to school in Canada. Then these are the programs that Canada is prioritizing. And when I say Canada, I mean IRCC. That's their immigration body. So these are the these are the fields that they are prioritizing this year. It's mostly healthcare, business and finance, STEM and IT. So make sure that you consider some of these fields when you are thinking about applying to schools in Canada. Now, if you're interested in any of the fields that I just talked about, then there's a platform called Help that can connect you to coaches that will help you throughout the entire process. That's from putting your resume together, writing your personal statements, to even applying for visas. They will help you with the entire process. And so I will talk more about Help later in this video. Step three is for you to email schools and ask them questions. So let's say you're concerned about any aspect of your candidacy. This is your chance to really get your questions answered. It's okay if you don't know if that's the right school for you, or you don't know if your GPA is good enough, or you don't know if that school funds international students. Then this is your chance. Email them. A lot of schools reply promptly, like they would send you a response within 3 business days. So please email them. This is the thing that a lot of international students don't do. So please, you, my friend, should email those schools, ask them questions, ask them all the questions that you have. If you're not sure, they will answer you, and they don't penalize you for asking questions. So go ahead, check out those schools you're interested in and ask them questions. You don't even need to apply. You don't even need to have gotten to that point where you've made a decision on schools, but just ask away so you know the right schools for you. Step 4 is for you to prepare all the application materials that you need to submit a great application, of course. So an example here is the personal statement or essays and even your resume. So maybe you're concerned about how do I ensure that I submit a great application and get into my dream school in Canada this year? Well, I got good news for you. Let me talk to you about HALP. So HALP is a platform. It's a study abroad platform that connects you to one-on-one coaches, and these coaches are all based in Canada and they are paid a salary by HALP. Okay, so that means they are not earning a commission from the school or wherever. They are paid by HALP, so that is great for you. And what these coaches do is they support you through every step of the application. For instance, even deciding on what schools are right for you, or preparing your resume, preparing your personal statement, helping support you throughout writing your essays, choosing your recommendation letters, things like that. They will support you through the entire process of the application. And guess what? HALP is free. It is completely free. Okay, so you don't have an excuse not to try HALP. So HALP will connect you to these coaches, and all the coaches are based in Canada, like I said, and they have the experience that you need to get into your dream school. Now, HALP doesn't stop there. HALP also helps you with your visa application, and we'll talk about that in a bit more detail later. But HALP pays lawyers to also help you with your Canada student visa application. So this is great. It is completely free, and you don't have an excuse not to try HALP. If you're ready to submit your application soon, the link will be in the description. Make sure you check them out. So you may be wondering right now, how do I sign up for this HALP thing? Here's how it works. So you need to click the link in my description, and then once you get on their page, you just need to submit a few documents like your passport or some means of identification, your transcripts, as well as your test of English, if that is required. Remember, I always tell you on this channel, a lot of you don't require a test of English, but if your school or the schools you're interested in require that, you will upload that to HALP as well, and then you submit that application. And within 12 hours, if you qualify, within 12 hours, HALP is going to give you a call and they will connect you to a one-on-one coach. It is that easy for you to sign up for HALP. So go ahead, click the link after watching this video, of course. Click the link and then trust them, upload your documents, and they will connect you to a coach. You have nothing to lose. So please go ahead and get it done right now. Okay, step 5 is to submit your application. At the end of the day, if you don't complete this step, you've been wasting your time, okay? And that is not good for you, my friend. So I meet a lot of people that go through this process, that talk to people, that ask schools questions, but they never apply. I am telling you, there's so many people that end up not applying. They just feel like, I don't have a chance. No, you do have a chance, and I'm telling you that today. So submit that application and then wait. Oh, final step. Final step is to apply for the visa. This is by far the most important step because, and I've shared a lot on this channel about visa application, this is the most important step because after all said and done, if you just don't get a student visa, you cannot start school. So this is a crucial step. So this is where you need to go on the country's immigration website and apply and submit your visa application for your student visa. Now, if you've used HALP or you are considering HALP, then HALP pays an immigration lawyer in Canada to help you with that part of the process. So you will get an immigration lawyer and they pay over $2,000 to the lawyer. You know, lawyers are not cheap. So HELP pays them to support you with the visa application process, just so you stand a good chance of getting that visa. Now, if you're not applying to Canada, then you know that for the US, you will go online and just submit your application for a visa. And for the US, you need to do a visa interview. And if you have questions about applying to the US, applying for a visa, you have questions about the visa interview, I went through the visa interview process and I've helped a lot of people through that process, so I can share from my experience. So let me know if you have any questions about that in the comments. Just know this is about the most important step. That's it. So make sure you take this step seriously and you apply as soon as you can, because especially for the US, I have found that these days a lot of people are having to apply twice because they were denied the first time and then they got it the second time. It's just crazy out there on the streets these days. So please try to ensure you apply for your visas on time. Okay, so that's it for today's video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up or let me know if you have questions below. All right, I'll see you in the next one.